Terror Roulette in Chicago, Stop the Killer with Fright-Rags, and the word on the street from Ted of Ted's marvelous custom Gumball Emporium, all on this Friday edition of Spill the Guts.
I like it spooky.
Hello and welcome to the start of your weekend. My name is Clint and I am 1/3 of your semi-monthly go-to for horror news, reviews, interviews, and entertainment, the I Like It Spooky Horror Podcast, which is sewn together every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with this brief tri-weekly horror news blitz roundup, Spill the Guts. Today is Friday, June 16th, and this just in. Summer may just be starting, but news of a new interactive horror experience coming to the Chicago area comes to us today from Fox 32 Chicago, which reports that this fall, the Arboretum of South Barrington is joining forces with Ironwood and Glitter Productions to bring the Chicago area Terror Roulette, an interactive horror experience filled with fear and suspense. Terror Roulette invites participants to become part of an immersive story where the villain, known as the Dealer, literally holds all the cards. The Dealer presides over a sinister realm filled with a host of maniacal slayers, each with their own killer specialty, according to the organizers of the event. Terror Roulette provides an adrenaline-fueled adventure combing heart-pounding challenges with a dynamically evolving narrative. The Dealer's deck of cards determines the fate of the guests, revealing the horrors that await them in the next room. As groups of 8 guests navigate the experience, they will be separated and reshuffled, ensuring that each encounter presents new terrors and surprises. Some individuals may even be forced to confront their deepest fears alone. Jeffrey Holmes of IWG Productions says, quote, "Prepare to face the Dealer and his cadre of assassins as they unleash a night of fright that will push guests to their limits." Terror Roulette offers an immersive environment where adrenaline, suspense, and vile acts intertwine, guaranteeing an unparalleled thrill. With the Dealer's capricious nature, no 2 visits will be the same. Before the experience begins, all participants will be required to sign a waiver, and the option of safe words will be available should anyone want to bail out. Terror Roulette runs from September 29th to October 31st. Guests must be at least 16 years old to participate. Tickets will be made available soon at terrorroulette.com.
Do you wish to give a statement regarding your former patient, Michael Myers?
My suggestion is termination. Death.
Fangoria.com reports that Stop the Killer Games and Fright-Rags are bringing Halloween 2 the board game to life. Having collaborated with Fright-Rags to produce officially licensed board games of slasher classics like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and My Bloody Valentine, Stop the Killer Games now set their sights on producing a board game based on the original Halloween 2. The game will follow a similar format to previous Stop the Killer series titles. With Silent Night, Deadly Night, the objective of the game for all players is to simply try to stop Billy from getting to the orphanage, and that's it. Everyone is on the same side, but everyone is also in jeopardy because, let's face it, no one is safe in a horror movie, explains Stop the Killer creator Anthony Massey. It's fun gathering weapons, entering kill zones, and getting around obstacles to try and land on Billy's space and go to battle. For Halloween 2, the players will of course have to navigate their way through Haddonfield Memorial Hospital to escape from Michael Myers through a series of dice rolls and strategic moves. But the Stop the Killer series isn't just producing a Halloween 2 game. For the crowdfunding campaign that launched on June 14th, Stop the Killer's Anthony Massey has created a mega commercial for the board game that also serves as a companion piece to the franchise, as the project was more like a film production than a traditional commercial. As Massey explains, quote, "What started out as a small trailer turned into something much more ambitious with 4 actors and an 11-person crew, and it got fairly expensive. But I really believed this trailer could be something special, and since Universal approved the script, we were essentially filming an official Halloween mini-movie. Written and directed by Matt Russell, the commercial is set in Haddonfield Memorial Hospital on the same night as the first two Halloween films, as the Shape stalks the halls searching for Laurie Strode. It follows the timeline of Halloween 2 exactly, with an affectionate level of detail that's a true testament to how much passion the Stop the Killer team has for their projects. These are officially licensed games, and they consult with the filmmakers themselves. When they worked on the My Bloody Valentine game, the team consulted the film's director, George Mihalka, to meet the highest standard possible. With Halloween 2, they've gone above and beyond to prove their love for these titles to the fans with Easter eggs and subtle references that would rival an MCU flick. The commercial even makes a direct reference to characters referenced but not seen in Halloween 2 and fleshes out some plot points, which makes the commercial an even more exciting prospect for Matt Russell. Quote, there are quite a few references to characters and events from the film, but my favorite is definitely getting to feature Julie, who is mentioned in the movie but never seen. Not only do we learn that the habitually late Nurse Karen is relieving her for the night, but we also get a hint as to why she may have embellished that story about having seen Michael Myers. I thought it would be a great little Easter egg for the die-hard fans like myself, he says. The Kickstarter campaign is currently live and has already surpassed its goal in under 24 hours. 26 days remain to help unlock and secure exclusive add-ons by visiting Kickstarter.com, searching up Stop the Killer Games, and pre-ordering your copy today. In addition, you can view the mini-movie trailer on YouTube.com by searching up Halloween 2, the game. Stop the Killer Games will be announcing the next title in their series at the Midsummer Screams Halloween and Horror Convention, July 28th through the 30th at the Long Beach Convention Center, and I will be sure to report it here on Spill the Guts. And it is now once again that time to pause for station identification and hear from our podcast network, the PFPN.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
And now, to celebrate the fact that it's Friday, we check in with our man about town, Ted from Ted's Marvelous Custom Gumball Emporium, with the word on the street.
All right now, for all you bumpers out there in the big city, all you street people with an ear for the action, send the word.
Ted here from the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast, Underground News. I'm your Gumball master. This week we're going to go over a couple movies that are going to be coming up here real soon. The first one actually extremely soon. June 23rd is the release date of this movie. It is called 72. It is a horror thriller, and it sounds very good. A highly fatal and contagious virus that hits within 72 hours of exposure. This thing spreads fast and across the globe. The government has used a mandatory 3-day stay-at-home quarantine in hopes of slowing the spread. Sounds familiar, eh? For Rich and Jill, some of their friends, that's not an option. They set off deep into the human-free woods where they hope to remain safe. Unbeknownst to the gang, one of their own is already infected, and it quickly spreads through the group one by one. Tell you what, sounds pretty good. I'm actually really looking forward to this one. The second one that's really piqued my interest, and it's going to be done by none other than David Gordon Green, who did the Halloweens. This is going to be The Exorcist Believer. It's apparently going to be an actual direct sequel from the original Exorcist. So it's still the 6th installment of the Exorcist film series, but it's going to be direct from the original sequel, or the original Exorcist. So we'll see how this goes. It sounds pretty good from what little is out there, but it has a release date of October 13th. So, hey, be on the lookout for this one as well. That's it with your underground news. Back to you, Clint.
Thanks for the word, Ted. I can't wait to wrap horror movies with you while we're at Screamers Costumes' 25th anniversary celebration in Clinton Township, Michigan at 35431 South Gratiot Ave this Saturday. It's going to be a great time slinging inkmirrors.com merch next to Ted's balls, especially with Art the Clown, David Howard Thornton, and little pale girl Amelie McLean from Terrifier 2 signing autographs there from 10 to 3. And that is a wrap for this Friday edition of Spill the Guts. Don't forget you can find the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, other assorted social media platforms, and wherever you subscribe to your podcasts. Be sure to subscribe and listen to previous Spill the Guts episodes and feature I Like It Spooky Horror podcast episodes on your way to Screamers Costumes this Saturday. And I will talk with you again this coming Monday on another edition of Spill the Guts.
Hey, what's wrong with you, man? Show some fucking respect for the dead, will ya?